So on the weekend, big news from the Wildrose province, and that is the Wildrose Party there, the party that won over 400,000 votes in the last election to become the official opposition. They chose a new leader, Brian Jean. He used to be a federal Conservative MP from the Fort McMurray area. He is now their new provincial leader. And the reason they had a leadership is because their old leader, Danielle Smith, simply quit the party and defected into the loving arms of the Jim Prentice BCs. Loving arms is a bit of an exaggeration, of course, because on that same night that Brian Jean became the new leader, the PC party into whom Danielle Smith defected rejected her. See, Danielle Smith did not negotiate for herself a guaranteed spot on the PC party ticket. She was the Wildrose MLA in the riding of Highwood, and in her deal with Jim Prentice, she forgot to get herself the nomination in the PC party. So local grassroots PC members said no to her. They voted for a local alderman named Carrie Fisher, which just happens to be the name of the actress who played Princess Leia in Star Wars. I love that the rebel princess beat the defecting princess, Danielle Smith. Why is that obvious? Well, who would have supported Danielle Smith? If someone's chief claim to fame is their own disloyalty, why would she expect others to be loyal to her? She burnt any relationships she had with Wildrose members, and why would a PC member suddenly embrace the woman who had been attacking them for years? It could have been foreseen, and indeed it was. This is great news for Jim Prentice. He no longer has a putative rival in his caucus. He doesn't have someone there to embarrass the party. Someone shows what Danielle Smith used to say about tax hikes versus what she says now. She's gone. A political footnote. Let me show you her final comment that I think will be her epitaph. Vazzy Capellos, a global news reporter in Edmonton, sent her a little text message saying, hey, would you like to say anything on the record? A completely legitimate question to ask a politician who has had just such a Greek tragic failure. And look at what Danielle Smith wrote in return. Piss off, Vazzy. Hilarious. What a perfect ending to her career. Just shows how out of touch she is and how I think she realized how disreputable her end has been. What next for the province? Who cares about the politics and the parties? What's next for the province? Well, I'm afraid it's bad news because there is no conservative small government, lower taxes, lower deficit party in the Alberta election anymore. Jim Prentice has managed to dissolve his opposition with the help of Danielle Smith and Preston Manning, the master strategist behind this all. There is a small hope, I think, that this is a signal, the rejection of Danielle Smith in Highwood, a signal that Albertans don't like these secret dealings, especially that give way to huge tax hikes and budget deficits. But really, what are folks who are angry about Jim Prentice going to do about it? In Highwood, they voted for another Jim Prentice clone, Carrie Fisher. She beat Danielle Smith, but she's just going to vote yes with Jim Prentice. All across Alberta, are people going to vote for the Wildrose Party with Brian Jean as a leader? Frankly, I hope they do, although he has yet to prove his mettle. But really, Alberta is in for a slow devolution from being the engine of Canada's economy, the model economy, the model in terms of small government. I think it's going to sag backwards under Jim Prentice. That, in part, is Danielle Smith's legacy, too. For TheRebel.media, I'm Ezra Levant.